Hey, so it's been a while since I did an update video, and it's gonna be a bit of a new style video because I don't usually do videos like this. But this is gonna be a bit of a collection update because I've never actually been through my entire collection. But I figured the easiest way to start is to start from now, and then I could go do with the backlog later. So I'm just gonna try and deal with what I've recently gotten for like this year. Just gonna do like my 2024 pickups, and then when I get some time later on, I could go back and show y'all what I already have. So there's gonna be my new stuff, and I'm also gonna show y'all to deal with this speaker system soon. So we'll take a little intermission to deal with that, but for now, let's start with the record pickups I made for 2024. So we got a neat little stack here. I don't think it's important to go in order. So let's just start. So I got this like 2 days ago. This is the Nas and DJ Premier. Define My Name. This literally just came out like a month, 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. I don't know. But this was a pre-order that I got for this 7-inch record. It's 45. It's my little receipt there. But I pre-ordered this a while back, and then it came in. So yeah. It's already super dusty. Cannot stand records for this exact reason. Man, I'm gonna tell you one thing. If you ever wonder why I got so much CDs, convenience, man. That's the whole reason why CDs won when it came to CDs versus records in the mainstream. Because CDs just have that convenience factor. And please tell me, is it easier to press a record or burn a CD? Just asking a question. Another pickup I got was Mr. Lex by Lexus. Dancehall record. Don't think anybody watching this would probably give a damn, but yeah, it's got some hits on it. There's a couple songs that aren't on this, I know for sure, because back in this era of records, they started like splitting records where like they'd only have like half of the songs on the record, and if you wanted the whole album, you'd have to get the CD. I know they did that for Biggie's Ready to Die. Like if you got the record, you missed half the album because they only gave you one LP. But that's the same situation with this, where it's missing a couple songs. Like I know for sure, I think this doesn't have Cook on it. It has Ring Me Sally, it has Full 100, but it does not have Cook on it. So yeah, but I'm not that upset about it. I'm still happy with every song that I have here. Um, Sorry, I'm happy with all the songs that I have here because I'm a big fan of War Start, Ring Me Sally, No Problem, Thug Love with Wayne Wonder, and Call You with Lady Saw, and Reggae Now. So I think it's a good album in general. I got it because I think it's a cool piece of history to have. They don't really print these anymore, and I was like, I might as well just pick it up. So yeah. Another pickup I got. These all I got in the same batch, so let me organize them in one go. Yeah, it's just these couple right here. So this is, well, these are a lot of promos. So this is the Redman Malpractice album advance right here from Def Jam. So this is the Malpractice album. I actually don't have this album on CD, but I do have the cassette for it. Um, I'm not a biggest fan of the album, but it was on Discogs for like $2, so I was like, why not? Because it's in pretty good condition. I also don't own any other album advances. Well, at least I didn't at the time that I purchased this, so I thought it was cool, and that's the reason why I got it. Same thing goes for this. This is Fabulous's Real Talk. This is the promo album advance or whatever that they gave to radio stations right here for Atlantic Records, and this is another one that I already own, but I just thought the advance was cool, so I was like, yeah, why not? You know what I mean? Ooh. Yeah, I thought the advance was cool, so I was like, hey, why not? Got this, Warm It Up, Crisscross, just the single. The reason I didn't end up getting the album because I wanted to get Totally Crossed Out, and then I realized the album kind of sucks. Like I really just like Warm It Up and Jump, and I already have Jump on the. It's a compilation album by Jermaine Dupri. It's called You Know What It Is, the hits or whatever. So like, I have that album that has Jump on it, and I have this. This has Warm It Up. It's just like I'm happy. This has all the mixes on it. So it has like the Super Cat mix, the Butcher mix, all that. So I'm happy with it. And then is these two. This is Method Man and Redman. This is part two from the How High soundtrack. So it has the radio version, the acapella, the raw version, the instrumental, all that. I got this because I really like the record. So yeah, a lot of these I got for a solid steal, which is why I ended up getting them all like that. And then there's this. This is I'll Be That, one of my favorite Redman songs. I'll Be That from Docs the Name 2000, which I actually have the CD for. Yup. Docs the Name 2000. So there's that I got my hands on. And after I made those purchases, I went and got this. This is the Top Back remix. I really like this song. I really like the remix of Top Back, and I also really like Top Back. I'm a really big T.I. fan. So I had to get my hands on this. I was just like, this would be cool to have, you know? Because I was like, it's a little piece of history. It's a lot of the records and stuff that I get are just because I like certain songs or I like certain albums and I want to have them physically. So this was just something that I got for cool keepsake purposes, you know what I mean? And then we got Don't Stop by Alfonso Hunter and Fabulous. Alfonso Hunter was never too popular. He only had one album, if I recall correctly, and this was a single for the second one that never came out. But I found the song on Spotify like 2 or so years ago, and I was like, this is an interesting song. I kind of like the club vibe that I got from it, the dance vibe. And then they took it off Spotify, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I saw it on YouTube. It was in low quality, and I was like, you know what? This is the whole reason why people get physical media. It's to preserve these things when they can't find them online or when they can't find them anywhere else. So that's what I did. I went and got it. Then we got this right here. This is Al Green. It's the Classics Collection. Well, greatest hits, sorry. You know I love me some good old classic music. You know, I really like every single song on this record. There's the reason why I got it. Because this only cost me $4. I thought it was a great ass deal. I got this from Second and Charles in Lubbock, Texas. Love it. I've only ever gotten a chance to play it once, but that's set aside with my Billy Joel record for when I'm trying to actually listen to some good old relaxing, like easy listening music. And the exact opposite of easy listening, we have Mad Cobra, Merciless Bad Boy. Cause me a bad boy, me not take certain attack. So this is a sealed record. I was looking for this record in general, and then I saw it was sealed, and the sealed version was cheaper than every other version, and I was like, you know, why not? And I'm kind of having a bit of a moment where I don't want to open it, but I also want to open it. And then, like, do you know what happens with sealed records where, like, they get, like, stuck together, and inevitably they usually end up being more damaged than the ones that are open, like, so that usually happens. And I figured that was the reason why it was so cheap. But then I was also just like, okay, why not? So I just got it. Because all the other versions that were available on Discogs were not high quality at all. They were all poor, they were all fair, or they were just like minus good. So it's just like, nah. So I was like, I'll just get this and I'll take my chances with it. And then I got it and I realized that it's really like, it's a completely sealed copy from 1991. And I was like, I can't just open this. So that's where this stands. And that's all the records. Now, let's take a little pause, a little intermission, and I'll show you all what the deal is with all these speakers and everything else now. Okay? Sheesh. Catch yourself, okay? So that's our 1 speaker, that's our 2 speaker, that's our 3 speaker, and that's our 4 speaker. We got our cable coming straight down here. This back here is a bit of a mess, but all the cables come down right there. We had to use RG6, not RG6, sorry, we had to use Cat 6 on some of these lines because we ran out of speaker line, which is what these two are. But we sent all the speaker lines down, they connect back here. We got our subwoofer splitter here, so one can go to this, which is also on a splitter, a Y splitter. And then this line, this one here, runs all the way down here to our little RCA switch box back here. And then that sends it outwards to these subs over here. This other box down here is just a preamp for the amplifier, so don't worry about it. But that's the deal. Everything's all connected together through this one unit here. I have the PS5 to the side right now because when I have it laying down, sometimes when I turn up the music, it'll overheat, and you know, I'm not trying to damage this because, yeah. But you see this sub right here, this sub is way more capable than I thought it was. I didn't really like it at first, and it was to a point where sometimes I wouldn't even have it turned on. And then I realized that I had something screwed up with the inputs on this amp, and when I fixed it, like, this does more for the room than that does, and I don't know if it's due to positioning or if it's just due to the fact that it's actually better. But yeah, now that was amazing. So that's the deal right now. As you know, well, actually, I haven't mentioned this, but back here I have an extra line run. You can see it hanging there. I ran that line. That's a Cat 6 line that I ran through the roof. So if I ever decide to put a speaker here, all I have to do is run it through the side of this, and then I'll just put the speaker right there. So that's the plan. So I thought of the future because this is in the very far end of my house, and I don't want to go in the roof again. This was stress. So I got it all done. It's all looking neat, and I'm really proud of the speaker system. And I always am very proud to show it off whenever people ask about it. So that's the current situation. Also got a CDJ. Now, I just showed off the CDJ, and that's actually a lot of my inspiration as for why I ended up going on this CD buying spree. So my phone's overheating right now, so I'm gonna do a quick, small little batch, and then we'll get back to it. So I'm gonna organize all the CDs that I got from Amazon, brand new, and then we'll start talking about the stuff that I picked up off of Discogs, alright? Let's see. Amazon. There's also Amazon. Yeah. Okay, we got them all organized now. So, these are the stuff that I got off Amazon. So, I think the first one I got was, in fact, T.I.'s I'm Serious, which I thought was cool to get because this was his first record and you don't really see it around often. So, I was like, it's a cool thing to have sitting around. So, I picked it up. I also played this a lot. Like, this is one of my most played CDs in general, and I only got this like 2-3 months ago, so it's pretty neat. The second one I got, pretty sure was, I don't know anymore. We're just gonna start showing them off. So here we have Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted. I really like this album. It's that simple. I really like this damn album, and I was like, I want to listen to it more. And I'm always more inclined to listen to music when I have a physical version of it because I'll more likely pick it up and say, let me like see what's going on. Let me see what's going on. Let me put this in a CDJ. Let me see what's going on. I'm always more inclined to listen to it when I have it. So I said, I really like this album, and I want to listen to it more. Like, you ever feel like you like an album, but you feel like you don't listen to it enough? You feel like you don't have enough of a connection with the album, even though you like it? That's how I feel about this. So that's why I got this physical copy here. That's also kind of how I felt about I'm Serious. And then this, I kind of just got for its NWA, its cool purposes, and I found it ridiculous to think that I'd have all these NWA member CDs and I don't have a single NWA CD, so figured I might as well go get the damn original, you know what I mean? Then we got these two. This one, I don't like this album. I tried to. I listened to it in passing once, and I wasn't a huge fan of it, but then I was like, let me just get it on CD to see if I can like gaslight myself into liking it just by the fact that I have the physical version, but I still wasn't a fan of it. So this right here is a bit of a disappointment. So it's just one of the few CDs that I've recently purchased that I really just don't like. But I'll probably put this in a stack of stuff that I'll send off and give away or something like that. Maybe I'll sell it, but that's the deal with that. And then we have Cameron Purple Haze. I love this album so much. And I got it out of curiosity purposes because I wanted to know what was inside the booklet and all this stuff. You ever just like an album so much you just can't wait to flip through the booklet? Like, that's how I felt about this album. Like, I don't know. Like, that was the relationship I had with them. And I could have just Googled it. I could have looked on Discogs page to find all the information. But I was curious, and I was like, I want to buy this myself because I love this album front to back. Whether it be More Gangsta Music with Joel Santana, whether it be Family Ties with Nicole, what's her name? Nicole Ray? Is that her name? The girl who did I'm Gonna Make It Hot with Missy Elliott, whatever. Or whether it be Bubble music, whether it be, wait, it was a Bubble music or was it just Bubble? I don't know. Or whether it be, what are the other songs in this record that I really like? I like Girls. I also like, I can't think about it right now. Leave Me Alone. I really like that song as well. And then we have the classics that are on this. We have Get Down. We have Killer Cam. We have Down and Out. So this album had a lot of classics on it. Let me just read it off, okay? More Gangster Music, Get Down, Welcome to Purple Haze, Killer Cam, Leave Me Alone, Down and Out, Harlem Streets, Girls, Soap Opera, Bubble Music, More Reasons, Dope Man, Family Ties, Adrenaline, Hey Lady, Shake, Get 'Em Girls, Dipset Forever, and Take 'Em to Church. The only two songs on this album that I actually don't like are Dope Man and Adrenaline. Those are the two songs that I don't like on this album. But other than that, this is a classic front to back. I even like the skits because I always thought Missile was really funny. Hi, I'm Missile. You know, like, he's a funny nigga, you know? I always thought he was dope, so it's a pretty dope album. I just got my phone out the freezer because it was overheating. It's a Pixel 6 Pro, so if you know anything about phones, you know what happened. But not because we're done with these or whatever. The Amazon pickups. Let's get back to the Discog section. So we got a lot to go through. Let's go through the first shipment, okay? You see this. Shout out to Yapo. She sent me this as a little gift. So this is Taylor Swift Red. I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan, but I knew You Were Trouble is still a classic, so I can't complain. Anyway, now let's get back to it. The first shipment. Well, let's just go through the first few shipments because these weren't all together. Okay, so this is some of the stuff we picked up. So we got Future Sex Love Sounds by Justin Timberlake. This is my favorite Justin Timberlake album. It's not my only Justin Timberlake album. I have another one over there. I have his debut album. What do you call it? Was it called Justin Timberlake? Justin Timberlake. I don't know what the name of the album was. There's the album that had Cry Me a River, the album that had Senorita, you know. That album. But then this is Future Sex Love Sounds. One of my favorite songs on this were My Love, What Goes Around, Yada Yada Yada, you know that one. I also really like Chop Me Up with 3 6 Mafia. Those are some of my favorites. Summer Love is another classic. Let's see what else was on this. Yeah, no, those were definitely my favorites. I don't think I missed anything. But I thought it was I hate to use this word, but it's a sonically good album, you know what I mean? So I say, you know, I could rock with it. So I really like Future Sex Love Sounds. It's one of my favorite Justin Timberlake albums. It is my favorite Justin Timberlake album. Another album that I got in the same vein is Run It. It's called the album Run It. It's Chris Brown by Chris Brown. This is not the expanded edition, so it doesn't have the Give Me That remix, but this is Chris Brown by Chris Brown, whatever. You know, I have it backwards right now. Of course, this is the actual cover, but I have this cover flipped inside out because I do that with my CDs occasionally, just to give myself something new to look at. You know what I mean? So that's the deal. It's Chris Brown by Chris Brown. I really like this album. I got it for the fact of, similar to the Ice Cube album, where I said I really like the album, but I don't have any reason to listen to it. So I got this to incentivize me to listen to it, and let me tell you, it was even better the second time around. I loved this. Man, I was playing some GTA. I had this going on in the background. I had to turn it up a couple of times because these songs were banging, bro. I love that album a lot. So let's go two more real quick. We got, oh, this is not supposed to be here. So we got two more here. We got Fabulous. We got Ghetto Fabulous, and we got Street Dreams, okay? One of these is the debut. This is the debut. Street Dreams, of course, is the sophomore. Okay, so these are the two albums that I got from Fabulous. They both came from different sellers. This case is pretty scratched up. I'm not gonna. My CD finished. Alright, we gotta swap this one out. I think I know what I want to hear next, though. Just a little bit of a sneak peek as to what's coming up. Yeah. Okay. So whatever. We got these. This case is pretty scratched up, but the reason I didn't replace it is because there's this on the back, where basically the whole deal with it was the fact that, let me make sure this focuses. Hold on. Wake Up is not on this album, and it's because this was a misprint. I thought it was a pretty cool record, so I picked it up. I was like, there's a misprint where basically it says that track 16, Wake Up, is on it, but Wake Up doesn't exist. It's just an empty spot on the album. And this was a misprint. This was one of the first copies that went out, and I thought it was cool, so I picked it up, you know? I like stupid stuff that has a sticker on the back. That's the reason why I didn't change the case. So I like this album, and when I re-listened to this, after I listened to this as well, I realized that I might actually prefer Street Dreams to Ghetto Fabulous, because for a very long time I've been saying that Ghetto Fabulous is my favorite Fabulous album, but dare I say, I think Street Dreams is actually better. But anyway, that's these two. This is the promo print version. If you look on it, you'll see it says you're not supposed to sell this because it's actually promotional material. So yeah, that deal. It has the hype sticker on the cover. So I rock with these. Another two I got. These go without saying. Okay. Garage or Die Trying and The Massacre. Now I already have a version of Garage or Die Trying. Where is it? Hold on. Here we go. But the problem with that copy is that it doesn't have any back cover. It doesn't have any back. Like I was saying, my problem with that version is that it doesn't have any back sleeve. Like, the front sleeve is in mint condition. The CD itself is also in mint condition. But there's no back cover. And this was really cheap from the same seller that I got The Massacre from. So I was like, I might as well just get a replacement copy. Because I like the idea of having it all in a case with all the fancy stuff. So, how did I drop it twice? Massacre. This was the copy that had the Reebok sticker inside of it, but well, it had the Reebok like coupon, but this one didn't have a coupon for me. Because I don't know, the person used it already. It's probably already expired because this came out in 2005. There's this random thing inside here though. I don't know what it is. I also haven't bothered actually like taking it out to find out what the deal is. So I just left it there. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's the Reebok coupon, but it seems to have that like, you know, like the little NFC tag that like the store will catch if you try to walk through without paying for something, that type thing. I don't know what the deal is, but there's something weird in this. But yeah, that's the deal with these. That's one of the first groups that I went to order. Okay. Let's put these in a stack now. And let's go through these. We got a bit to go through right now. So let's start with the set that I already listened to since I got them. So this one I'm playing right now. This is Beg for Mercy by G Unit. Okay. Barcodes on the back if you're interested. I should have done that before. This is Beg for Mercy by Gunit. I got it the same time that I got this right here. Hunger for More by Lloyd Banks. Which now I'm just building up my G Unit collection because I'm a really big fan of G Unit in general. Like Shady Aftermath Entertainment in general. Not in general. I think I just say I'm just a fan of Aftermath sometimes. Like, I'm a big fan of Dre, I'm a big fan of Fifth, I'm a big fan of M, I'm a big fan of everybody who was signed to G Unit at the original time at least. I'm not the biggest fan of Yayo, but I really like Buck the World. I also like all of Lloyd Banks' albums. I think my favorite one occasionally is actually Hunger for More 2, which I guess it just aged better if you ask me. I really like the quality of it, but when I'm looking for some good old rap, like 2000s, like hardcore rap, I'll always go to Hunger for More, which is the reason why I had to pick this up. This album celebrated its 20th anniversary yesterday. Not the reason that I picked it up, I just picked it up because I liked it. Beg for Mercy, G Unit. G Unit! This album, let's talk about both my favorite songs on both these albums. I really like every single single on this. I like Karma, I like On Fire, I like I'm So Fly, I like, I'm not a huge fan of I Get High. I'm not a huge fan of Warrior Part 2, but I really like Warrior. Let's look at the songs in this. I like Playboy. I like Work Magic, and I also like When the Chips Are Down and Till the End. So those are my favorite songs off of this album right here. I don't hate any song on the album, but I do have some songs I'm not a huge fan of. Like, for example, Die One Day is something I'm not a gigantic fan of. So yeah, that's the deal. Put that up there. Here. G Unit, which is playing right now. Some of my favorite songs on this album are Footsteps. I find it really catchy. First, there was 2 sets of footprints in the sand, and then there's 1 set of footprints in the sand. I like that. I like Popping Them Things. I like, what else did I like? Shoot, I already forgot what else is on this album. Damn. You know what I just realized? Guns for Sale isn't on this album. Anyway, my favorite song on this album is G'd Up. Do 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 do. Ain't it amazing how crazy the hood done made me feel like my emotions are froze? I stay G'd up. I really like that song. I like Stunt 101. I like Poppin' Them Things. I like My Buddy. I like the original G Unit that's on the beginning of the song. I like When I Get to Know You. I like Groupie Love, but I only really like Lloyd Banks' album. Lloyd Banks' verse on that song because he says something like, but touching my doorbell is the only way I'll put a ring on your finger. Then he says we in the bedroom fucking up the sheets like the Ku Klux Klan. So yeah, so I like his verse on that song. I'm not even a fan of that song in general because I feel like 50 Cent on the hook saying "Groupie love, give me." I thought it was kind of corny, so it's whatever. Footprints, Alpha, and I survived the shots. I died, nigga. Smile. Uh, Beg for Mercy. I also really like a lot. Lay You Down and I Smell Pussy. Is that you, Irv? So I like this album as well. I think overall it has really good quality. While there are some songs I don't really rock with like that, the ones that I do, I like a lot. Um, 1993. This album was disappointing for me. I really like their first album and their third album. That was Naughty by Nature's name of the first album, and Poverty's Part of Paradise or whatever. So 1991 and 1995, I really like those albums. This one came out in 93, hence the name. I was not a fan of it. I've never listened to it before. I've only ever listened to the first one and the third one. But I know this has Hip Hop Hooray, so I ordered it and I was like, let's see if I like it. It was mediocre. I'm not a fan of this album. It was very mediocre. Maybe I'll re-listen to it and I'll like it, but I just wasn't a fan of it, so that's the deal. Bon B. Tutrell, I like this album, period, the end. I listened to it for the first time in February of 2023. Yeah, about a year ago, just over a year ago, when I listened to this album for the first time. And this was a sealed copy. It has the drill in the spine, you can tell. But I really liked the album. I really liked the songs front to back. I liked My Block. I liked That's Gangsta. I liked the title track, which is Too Trill. I like the song on it with Chameleonaire. I also like I'm So Cold with Lil Wayne. It's a bit of a it's a bit of like a guilty pleasure, I guess you could say. What else was on this album? You're Everything. Crazy record. I love that record so much. Swang on him is also dope. So if you catch me at the light, swing on. So those are some of my favorites off this album. It was a really big vibe for me, and I had the album repeat all of last year. So I figured it's about time I got this. This was a sealed copy. So I peeled the wrapping off of this. I kept the label on the top. I just open it like this whenever I want to listen to it, you know. And the hype sticker that was on the front, I peeled it off the plastic and I put it inside the sleeve on the front. So that's the deal. This is the game's documentary. I got the limited edition. It comes with a DVD. The only DVD player I own is my old PS4, so I'm gonna watch it eventually. It's just like it's not that big a deal to me. So I just got it because the cover was cool, and I thought it would have made it more creative than just getting a regular documentary. And even if I really cared that much, I could take this out and put it inside a regular jewel case because it comes with the cover inside. I could take out this cover, I'll take out the CD, I can put it inside a regular jewel case. The only thing I'd be missing is the back spine. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that though because I really think it's kind of dope. I like having limited stuff, if you can't tell already. Let's see what else I got around here. That's the stuff that I listened to already. And then there's some stuff here that I haven't listened to. Not like I've never heard them, it's just that I haven't put them in the CDJ yet. So here we have, let's get through the artists that are similar real quick. Let's organize them by artists so we can have an easier time going through these. Okay, so I have a theme going on here where I have at least two things of like every artist except for one artist. So let's go over the artist that has nothing else going for him. Drake. I have this here. I got this because a seller had it for sale. I was actually looking for something else, but they had like a minimum like buying price, and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll add this on it. So I got this. This album I like. It's never been an album that I thought of having on CD, but I was like, you know what? It's not the end of the world. I might as well get it because a lot of my albums, I like to get them based on like the era that they came out in. So like anything post like 2010, I usually just have a digital version of it, and it's not legal. I'll tell you that much. But I usually have a version of it, legal or legally. If it came out like pre 2010, I'll probably have a CD of it. If it came out pre-2000 or something like that, depending on the vibe of the album. I have it on record, so that's kind of how I feel about it. And then that doesn't always apply because sometimes I like cool singles and sometimes I just like fancy special stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, this I wouldn't necessarily normally buy, but I was like, it's nice to have a CD that isn't ancient. The only other CD I have that isn't ancient that I can think off the top of mind is Hall of Fame by Big Sean. He also just dropped Black Eyed Peas. That's another album I have that isn't ancient, but whatever. I don't feel like talking about that right now because I'm upset. But anyway, some of my favorite songs on this album are Soft for Me. I really like, I like Hell Yeah Effin' Right. That's a single. I also like, let me just read the track list. I can't remember off the top of my head. Soft for Me, Headlines, Marvin's Room. I wasn't a huge fan of, not gonna lie. Underground Kings, Will Be Fine, Make Me Proud, Lord Knows, Cameras, and Hell Yeah Effin' Right. Those are my favorite songs on this album. My favorite song on this album is Underground Kings, but everything else that's like second place has a tie between a couple songs. My second favorite song on this album could be Headlines, it could be Will Be Fine, it could be Make Me Proud, so like it could even be Lord Knows, so it does swap around, but I have my favorites. Now let's get to the stuff that I have doubles for. So, one artist here I have 3 things for, and 3 artists here I have 2 things for. So let's go through this. We have the Notorious B.I.G., Christopher Wallace. We got him here. This is Ready to Die. I already have a version of this up there. I'm not going to go get it. Y'all already saw me up on that bed twice. I'm not going up there to go get it, but I have another version of this. I don't have the back panel and the CD is scratched up, so I figured it's about time I get a fresh new one. So this came from Discogs. It was a great deal and I picked it up because it was a great deal and because I also wanted it. I really like this album. I like this album a lot, and it was an album that I wanted to have on CD. You know how I literally just finished saying that, like, depending on the vibe of the album, no matter what era it came out in, I'll still get it on CD. This album came out in 1992, or did it come out in 94? Did it come out the same year as Illmatic, or did it come out 2 years before Illmatic? The same year, 94? Yeah, 1994 this came out. 1992, The Chronic came out. This came out in 1994, or whatever, but I still got it on CD because I think it's a CD album for me. It feels CD-ish. Also, I don't like double LPs a lot because I feel like I just spend like half my time flipping it and flipping instead of actually enjoying the music, and it becomes tedious to listen to, so I picked this up. Also, I got it to replace the one that I had. So there's that. And I got Greatest Hits because I don't feel like accumulating all the albums to get some of my favorite songs. And I feel like this covers most of my favorite songs, like Juicy, Big Papa, Hypnotize, One More Chance. I really like Get Money. I like the other remix that has the sample on it. I can't remember what they call it. It's called the Getting Money remix or something like that. Anyway, I really like that version of it, but that's not on this. It's fine. Warning, Dad Wrong, Notorious Thugs, Notorious B.I.G., Niggas Bleed, Running Your Mouth, Effing You Tonight, Want That Old Thing Back. It's like, I would have to accumulate every single album that he's made just to get the 3 or so songs that I liked on each of those individual albums, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I really liked Ready to Die, and I also really liked, what's the name of his second album, Life After Death. But everything else that came after that, like, there are a couple songs on them that I liked, but I wouldn't get the whole album for it. Like, for example, I can't remember what the name of that other album was, but I know it had Hope You Niggas Sleep on it, and it had Dad Wrong on it, but I wouldn't get that album just for those 2 songs. So this has Dad Wrong. It doesn't have Hope You Niggas Sleep because that wasn't really a huge popular song, but I understand that. Set to do a little jam session, but that's the reason why I picked this up, because I like a lot of the songs on a lot of his other albums, but I was like, you know what, let's just get it all together. Like, I like Running Your Mouth. Also, I have Life After Death, it's just that I only have one of the discs, so I need to go buy that album, but I picked this up to hold me off in the meantime. So I was like, this accumulates everything that I like, because there are a lot of songs on this album that I like that aren't on this, that didn't make their way into this. Like, I really like The What, for example. I also really like Warning. I also really like Everyday Struggle, but they're not on this. But it's just like, I'd rather get one CD to get an accumulation of some of my favorites, just for funsies purposes. So that's why I got that. Okay. Stillmatic, and it was written. This one is the double disc version of Stillmatic, the one that came with the demo tracks for um the demo tracks for the do rags are bad fitted hats, smokers of furs, Freckles Island buses still packed. What's the word? Drinking, still drinking, puffing the herb, and I'm still enjoying life's ride. One more time, what's the name? Lost Tapes. Lost Tapes. This is the double disc that has the demos for Lost Tapes or whatever. As you can see, CD2. It has some of the Lost Tape stuff on it. I already have Lost Tapes. I have it on CD and I have it on record, so this isn't anything that special to me, but I just wanted to say I had the cool version of the album, which is the reason why I picked this up. I want to get a second version of this though, because I'm a part of the unpopular group that actually liked the song Braveheart Party, so I want to get the original release version of this album that had Braveheart Party on it, because I have it, believe it or not, but it's in a binder, and I want to get it in a disc like this, because the disc that I have is scratched in the binder, and Braveheart Party just happens to be one of the few songs that actually plays completely clearly on it. So if I really wanted to, I could just take it out and put it in here, and then it's just if you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean? But anyway, yep, it's this deal. And then I got this because this is actually my favorite Nas album. I've been growing out of it lately and starting to appreciate Illmatic more because it's like short and sweet. But this has always been my favorite Nas album. I flipped it backwards or whatever, but I'll flip it back for simplicity's sake. I have a history of flipping things backwards. Pause. Is it right here? Some of my favorite songs in this are I Gave You Power, Street Dreams, The Message, Narcissus Coming. I had a bit of a love-hate relationship and then it grew on me. Pause. Some other songs that I liked on this were If I Ruled the World, By Default, Shootouts, Taken in Blood, and what's the name of that? Did I already say I Gave You Power? Anyway, this setup as well. Black Girl Lost. I really like every single song on this album. I couldn't even pick. I like every song on this album. Some more favorited than others, but I really like this album. That's the reason why I had to get it. I don't have Illmatic on any format. If you see Illmatic up there, it's bootleg. That's not real. That is fake Illmatic. That is a burnt CD with a sticker on it, nigga. That is not Illmatic. Stillmatic, I forgot to mention some of my favorite songs on this album are Destroy and Rebuild, Second Childhood, The Flyest, Ether by Default. I really like Got Yourself a Gun. I also really like the Stillmatic intro. Is Blood of a Slave, Heart of King. I like the smoothness of that. Braveheart Party, like I said, I was actually a bit of a fan of that album. Tell me what y'all smoking. Okay. I really like Smoking. I really like You're the Man as well. Those are some more favorites. Let's see what else is on here that I don't remember. My Country, I actually like as well. And Rule with Amory. So, wow, I basically just named like every song on the album. I like the album, okay? I like the album. Anywho, now we got two more to go through. Let's go to Ludacris. So, these are Ludacris's second and third album. I don't have, technically these are his third and fourth album, but that's whatever. Okay, we're gonna pretend that Incognegro doesn't exist, okay? But ironically enough, I'm going to mention why it needs to exist. So I have Ludacris's first three albums. Technically, I have four. Okay, I have four Ludacris albums. I have Incognegro in its disc case. I have Back for the First Time. It's just in a sleeve. And I have these two. I don't really count Back for the First Time because it just has like three songs that weren't on Incognegro, and my favorite songs from that album were on Incognegro as well. I like What's Your Fantasy, I like Hood Stuck, and I like Game Got Switched. Those are my three favorite songs on the album, and they are on Incognegro, so I was satisfied. The songs that made it onto the new version, like Fat Rabbit with Pharrell, those songs, I wasn't a huge fan of them, I'm not gonna lie to you. So the album for me was kind of like perfect as Incognegro, and then I have these two because he had a really solid, like, I guess you could call it a 5-album run, because it was Incognegro was good, Back for the First Time was good, Word of Mouth was good, Chicken and Beer was good, and Red Light District was good. I need to get Red Light District. I haven't actually listened to Red Light District. I only know two songs that are on it. I think Stand Up is on Red Light District. Is it? Or Stand Up on? I can't remember. I know Red Light District has Blueberry Yum Yum though, which I also like. I really like Blueberry Yum Yum on Red Light District. That's what I associate with the album. So he has a really solid like 5 album run, 4 album run. No, 5 album, whatever. That's the reason why I picked these up, because I'm a big fan of Ludacris, and I never actually listened to his albums. I just like every so often I'll go to an album and pick a random song and be like, wow, this song hits. And then I never actually get time to sit down and listen to them in full. So that's the reason why I had to pick these up, because I was like, I'm gonna force myself to listen to these albums. So let's go through. Let's look at some of my favorite songs on these albums that I know of at least. Coming to America is one of my favorite Ludacris songs because I tried to listen to this album, and then I ended up repeating the first song so much that I never got to the rest of it. Like, I literally listened to the first song and I loved it so much that I had it on repeat for like an hour, and I never listened to the rest of the album. But I do know some of the songs. I don't like Rollout. Never heard Go to Sleep, never heard Cry Babies, never heard She Said, never heard. Okay, Area Codes I like. Move, I like that song by default. Saturday, Sticky Icky Icky Icky. You know, I like those couple songs I just mentioned, but I need to listen to this. And then there's this album. There are a couple songs on this that I really. This has Stand Up on it. Okay, so let's go through the songs that I know of and the songs that I like. I like Blow It Out. I like Stand Up. I like Splash Waterfalls. And I like We Got. We got them guns. Let's go. I'll leave you coughing like the sound effects you heard in the song. Funny over there, titty over there, loot over there. Ain't no exit trick. Us you don't mess with. We got them guns like action flicks. I like We Got. I also really like Blow It Out. I think that's a really funny song to start the album off with, kind of. Even though it's actually started off with Southern Pride intro. But yeah, there's this album, and then there's Word of Mouth. I have to listen to both of these because I only know album cuts from the songs. I don't actually know the album in total, so yeah. Now to the artist that I technically have 3 CDs for, even though it's technically only 2. This is 8 Mile, and you're gonna know what the other 2 CDs are now. There's 8 Mile right here. Alright. I have to re-record the last segment. I guess I'll just do it a little bit differently because I don't want to feel like I'm repeating myself. But the last album I did was Ludacris. So these are the last 3. So all you had to do was finish the video, man. My phone just had to cut off, didn't it? Anyway, so these are the last 3 here. These are all from the same artist technically, even though one of them is more of a compilation. This is 8 Mile. I just got it, and then I was like, wait, I have that. So anyway, I didn't even realize that the first time I recorded this, and I was like, that's in the background. So anyway, this is 8 Mile right here, okay? I got this CD. This is the CD that has the bonus in the back. It has the Till I Collapse freestyle with 50 Cent on it. That's the only real reason I care about this CD, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't listened to any other song in this, other than Rap Name by Obi Trice. I just don't remember it to remember if I like it or not. But, you ever had a hot going on your waist and blood on your shoes because a nigga went and said the wrong to you? Come on, I don't think I won't hit you because I'm popular. I got a P90 Ruger to pop at ya. Come on. Anyway, so that's the deal. I like a lot of songs on this album. I like Wanksta. I like Places to Go. I like A Battle by Gangstar. I like You Wanna Be Me by Nas. I like Lose Yourself, obviously, by Eminem, because that's by default. You gotta like that song if you got this album, right? I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't like that song. What am I forgetting? There's probably some more songs on this song. Let's see. 50 Cent, Places to Go. Love Me. I forgot about Love Me. Eminem, Love Me. I really like that song. I think he did a second song on that beat. It was a DJ K-Slay freestyle or something. I heard it and I was like, wait a minute. Doesn't he have this song? I just wanna... I really like that song. So there's a lot of reasons why I got this album, because it has a lot of songs that I like, and because I need to reacclimate myself with the songs that I like, because I just named all those songs. I couldn't tell you what Battle by Gangstar sounds like. I couldn't tell you what Places to Go by 50 Cent sounds like. I could kind of tell you what You Wanna Be Me, some. Like, I don't remember these songs. I just remember liking them. So I got this to reacclimate myself with them and to get familiar with the songs that I don't know. And for the last 2, we have Eminem Show by Eminem, and we have this Eminem LP. The Marshall Mathers LP and the Eminem Show. These are the 2 ones that I got. I got this for continuity purposes because I kind of like the album. Sorry, I got this for continuity purposes, but I got this because I like the album. My favorite songs on this album are "Kill You." My favorite song on this album is "Who Knew." My second favorite is "Real Slim Shady." It sounds corny to say because it's the popular song, but I actually really like the song. Let's see what other songs on this album that I'm forgetting about. Stan. Sorry, how could I forget about Stan? The Way I Am. Oh, why? How did I forget about The Way I Am? I really like a lot of songs on this album. Okay. So let's go back. Let's start from the beginning. I also like Remember Me and Marshall Mathers. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's not pick favorites here. Let's just say I like this album. It's a good album. There are no skips on this album, but I'd be lying if I said that I liked every song on it. For the most part, I just have this album and it sits there and I'll let it play out because some songs I'll completely ignore and then other ones I'll completely vibe to. But I've already digested it as a complete piece of work that I don't have to skip it. So that's kind of how I feel about it. This also has promo text on the front. Can you read that? Boom. Anyway, promo text. And this is the very last album. This is TES, T-E-S, The Eminem Show. This has Till I Collapse, White America, Business, Cleaning Out My Closet, Square Dance, Without Me, Sing for the Moment, Superman. Those are the songs that I like. But I've never actually enjoyed this as a full piece of work because I've never actually had time to sit down and listen to it. In a sense, I feel like I like it, but like, do I like it? I don't really know how to talk about this album, you know? I feel like I had a mixed experience with it. Because there are the songs that I like can totally say I love, but then I also never listened to it as a full piece of work and thought this was a good album. I just don't know how to feel about it. Like, I feel like some songs are so good, but it feels like it struggles to stick to a theme in my head. I just don't know how to feel about it. It's kind of weird to me. But that's just my experience, which is the reason why I picked it up, because I thought I just deserved to get a re-listen and hear it like this on the CDJ, listen to it on my sound system, and maybe I'll change my mind on it. So I got this as a continuity, change my mind album. This is the double disc. You couldn't tell by the way it was in the case, because the reason this was so cheap is because it didn't come with the original case. It just came with these two CDs taped together. But anyway, I got them. Comes with behind the scenes DVDs and live versions of songs. Pretty sure it comes with like a music video or something too, but like, yeah, that's the deal with this. And that's the end of my haul. So I picked up a lot of CDs over these last couple months of the year, and truth be told, it's not even a tenth of the number of CDs that I own in total, which is why I need to do a total video where I go through all the CDs that I own, but I have to do that in a more concise method. But I figured I might as well just start with the stuff that I just picked up, because the more I wait to do it, the more stuff I pick up I forget to talk about. So the next time I go stop by Box Records, or maybe next time I order some stuff off Discogs or Amazon, I'll make a video so that it doesn't have to be a video that's this long. I'll make it so it could be in short little segments, but that's the deal. Also, honorable mention to this right here. This was a Home T record. This was, the name of the song is Single Life by Home T. It's from the Rumors rhythm. It got damaged in shipment, so all I could do was try and tape it back together, and I haven't bothered with it since. So like, it's just here for saying I had it purposes. I might as well throw it away. But anyway, that's it. That's the pickups. Pants on my neck. Then I breathe to the bleachers. Blue Yankee fitted, G-Unit sneeches. Already figured out what to do with all my features. Decorate the basement for the street sweepers. There's nothing you could teach us. We in a different times when your records can't reach us. Nah, I ain't here to change the world. Just roll up a blunt. Come we out front. I teach y'all the stuff. My wrist stay rocked up. My TV's popped up in the Maybach's millions. I teach y'all the stuff. Nigga, you can't see my Bentley GT got smoke gray tans. I teach y'all the stuff.